Sammy, before we go to a few more calls, Carlo Ancelotti, Real Madrid, he's won domestic titles in Europe's top 5 leagues.
Yep.
And now he's got a real chance to win his 4th Champions League. Where should he be considered when it comes to the conversation about who's the greatest club manager of all time? Is he certainly in the top 3? Is he in there with Ferguson? Is he better? Is he proving to be better than Ferguson?
I mean, you can't compare Ferguson staying with one club for 26 years and Carlo Ancelotti sort of being involved with about 10 or 12 different clubs, and a lot of them very, very prestigious clubs. He's a very good manager. You know, that's the curious nature of it, how he was ending up at Everton at their stage in their development, and what the perception of him is that enabled that situation to manifest itself, that the opportunity was Everton. I suspect it was financial, so I don't know what that tells you about Carlo Ancelotti. But when it comes down to the bottom line of what he's achieved, look at the fact that he's won Champions Leagues with a variety of clubs. Look at the fact that he's managed in each country arguably the biggest clubs to some extent, albeit the relationship with Chelsea was a slightly in and out relationship. I think he's a very good manager.
Is he in your top 3? I mean, would the top 3 be Ferguson, Mourinho, Ancelotti?
Where would you drop Guardiola out then? I mean, Guardiola, because he's not won the Champions League at Manchester City, doesn't get into the conversation. I think he is a very, very good manager.
Got to win the Champions League.
I think if
he hasn't won it for 11 years.
If you want to put coefficients on, if you attached values and points to the various things that you win, say 3 points for winning the domestic league, 3 points for winning the Champions League, 2 points for winning a domestic cup, 1 point for winning the second tier domestic cup, and added them all up, I think Guardiola would come out on top. I think there was a variety of managers that are very good, and Ancelotti is one of them. I think he's done. You know, the Liga is not a great La Liga this year, so they've run away with La Liga. They're also doing it under certain constrictions that the Spanish FA have put on them, which in terms of reducing wage bills to get control into the situation. I think he's doing a really good job. You know, we will see if they win the Champions League final. If they win against Liverpool, then they've done an incredible job, because the teams that they've overcome to some extent have been better than them.
Yes.
And there's something about that you have to give applaud it to.
So many other fans of other clubs want to come to air this morning, not to gloat about Manchester City, but certainly throw a comment or two in. Dave's a big Arsenal fan. Dave, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, Simon.
Good morning.
Absolute legend. I listen to you every morning. Listen, I just want to put it out there. Now, Pep Guardiola, unmistakably, has done brilliant for the Premiership. Got a magic club, plays fantastic football, wins the Premier League, da-di-da-di-da. Managers before him won the Premier League and had players that done the business on the pitch and looked very, very good. Arsene Wenger had an invincible side, a fantastic team, won the Premier League, FA Cups, never won the Champions League. And I don't care what any Man City supporter says, he was brought in specifically to win the Champions League and bring glory in Europe to Manchester City. He hasn't done it. Season in, season out, millions of pounds spent on the team. Doesn't matter what he does in the domestic league. His goal was to win the Champions League, and he's not done it. In my eyes, as an owner, if I was an owner, he has failed. I don't care how good he is. He's a brilliant manager, but he's failed to do the job he was put in place to do. And I just want to know what your opinions are on it.
I think you're probably right. But I don't think he was exclusively brought in to win the Champions League. I think he was brought in to dominate English football alongside winning the Champions League. So you turn around in one column, in the credit column, and you say, style of football, off the clock. Performance in domestic leagues, off the clock. Tick, tick, tick. Champions League, final that we should have won. Semi-final that we should have won. Failures. And of course you can go back and look at quarterfinals and other results that have been during a 6-year period. So I don't think you can sit there as an owner and mark the homework saying it's an absolute, unequivocal failure. We've come up short in a tournament that we wanted to win because we don't have it, but we've also achieved in other areas because our brand of football has moved on from Pellegrini and Mancini and whoever else has been in situ. The way that we're dominating in English football has enabled us to have a springboard of our views around football. I think the Champions League will come. I can't for the life of me fathom why it hasn't come against Real Madrid and why it didn't come against Chelsea last year. That's down to Guardiola. It's on Guardiola.
Yeah, can I just say, I think tactically on the big moments, although he's a brilliant manager, and I'd have loved him at Arsenal in the last couple of years. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we're still in transition, and he's doing very well. But what I'm saying is, in vital moments in all the Champions League games he's played in, he's made wrong decisions. Now, yes, his substitutions were completely wrong. He made substitutions a little bit cocksure that he was already done and dusted and over the line. And, in vital moments, he's just getting a bit ahead of himself and making wrong decisions. Now, for a top manager, surely he's got to iron that out. And how much more money are they going to spend in before they win the Champions League? You're saying that they can win the Champions League in years to come. Blimey. They've spent enough money to win it by now, haven't they?
Well, see, Dave's got a point there, and somebody mentioned Erling Haaland will make all the difference, Simon. But when you look at the last 6 years with Manchester City, and of course you've got to be in it to win it, and they're always in it. But number one, year one, semi-final loss out to Monaco. Year two, quarter-final loss to Liverpool. Year three, quarter-final loss to Tottenham. Year four, quarter-final loss to Lyon. Year five, got to the final, lost it to Chelsea, and now a semi-final loss to Real Madrid.
The first three, you can put down to various different mechanics of where they were developing under Guardiola. The last three, each one of them has a tale that leads back to one person, Guardiola. You should never have lost in that round-robin tournament that they played during COVID times to Lyon. Irrespective of what Lyon aren't, you should have beaten Chelsea, and tactically you set yourself up in a way that you believed you could overpower Chelsea, and you were outmanoeuvred. And in this instance, you have managed to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory 4 times in one tie, or in the two legs of one tie, which is being 2-0 up, 3-1 up, 4-2 up, and 1-0 up in the away leg. And all of those you have to look at. And I do wonder if there is this element of, we've moved into this territory of football, we're going to play the way we play, and that's how we play, and we're not going to change, and we're not going to change. And somewhere along the line, there's this little X factor in winning a game where somewhere you just have to stop something else to make sure that little margin that you need to be able to overcome it is achievable.
Okay, before we hit the break, Marcus, a Villa fan, wants to throw his view in here. Marcus, good morning.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, Marcus. What do you want to say?
Sorry, I've got a few bullet points. I was going to say I don't think it's all about money, and I don't think substitutions were the problem. I think Pep Guardiola is a great manager. The Man City players, I think they've got the best players in the world. Even I think he's called Fernandinho. I think he's old. I think he's good as well. I think they're very organised. They've got the best defence, the best pack accuracy, and they take their chances. But the thing that I think is causing them to lose, I think they're getting tired because they're playing so many competitions, and every game Man City play, they always want to win. They always want to win by a big margin and prove that they're superior to the rest of the teams. And Kyle Walker, I noticed, was injured. And I noticed Man City get injuries quite quickly because of how much energy they're expending, winning by such great margins. And I think one big negative that I would say, though, about Man City, they lose confidence if they're not on top. So I think they're the opposite of Real Madrid. Like with Real Madrid, they play better when they're losing. And even Liverpool, if the other team starts winning, there's this switch that they flick where they just gain confidence.
Okay.
It's all on the line.
Well, Marcus, lots of good bullet points here as you described them there for us to digest. I want to thank you for taking time to come on with your view.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.